Last year, when the announcement was made about the Shadow and Bone / Six of Crows TV show, I did a fan cast video looking at different actors and model that I felt would portray the characters excellently well, at least in my own totally and completely biased opinion, because I might not have been a big fan of Shadow and Bone, but I did love the Six of Crows books, so yeah, I was invested. So when the announcement came and I saw the news, I had my reaction on Twitter. Please follow me on Twitter if you're not. I'm at Noria the Reader. I even did a thread of it. So once again, I already expressed all my thoughts and opinions about my feelings about the cast. I didn't think I was going to do a video until I went on Instagram and also on Twitter, and I realized that some people had opinions about the actors and actresses that were playing these roles, and some of them were very, very kind of racist. And I'm like, do you know what, I'm going to do a video, because even though I did have some concerns about some of the casting choices for the show, I didn't think anybody should resort to racist statements in order to push their own opinions. And most importantly, it just makes the rest of us that have really valid concerns about some of these casting decisions just get swept up with the crowd.
To be talking to you, Belladonna. Should have taken a break, not an Oxford comma. Take what I want when I wanna. And I want,
hello everybody, Nara back again. So just like the rest of the world, I saw the Shadow and Bone casting and I was like, oh my god, some of these castings were perfect to a T. Some of them I wanted something a little bit more, but let me just start by stating that I do respect the casting director's choices. I do know that this is an adaptation. As such, it's not just the person that looks like the characters you have in your mind, but also who can best convey this character that the writer Libadugo had in her head. And considering the fact that she did state that, you know, she had been consulted with regards to the characters, with regards to the actors they chose and the roles they casted them for, I'm going to just go out on a limb of faith and hope sincerely that all these actors do bring their A game and their best to these characters that we all know and love. But I'll just go straight to it. Let's start with Freddie Carter, who was casted to play Kaz Brecker. Now, a lot of the complaints I've seen online have been about how he's ugly and not fitting the character. And all I'm thinking is that, I'm sorry, did we all read the same book? Kaz Brecker is not necessarily the most attractive, most handsome of boys around. That was not his character. His character had pale skin, defined cheekbone, but what sold this character was the menace, the barely concealed menace in his eyes and in his tone, and how he could switch from being charming to being, I don't know, dirty hands when the occasion called for it. And Freddie Carter fits that to a T. I have seen clips of his acting in Pennyworth, and I'm so excited to see his portrayal of Kaz Brecker. People stating that he's not attractive enough. I'm like, one, the boy is not that ugly. It's pale and slightly pasty, but that fits who Kaz Brecker is. And people are expecting him to be Chris Pine or Chris Evans worthy of cute. It just seems weird, because I'm like, did we read the same book? I would state that I love Jessie Maylee's casting as Alina Starkov. You all know my thoughts and opinions about Alina from the books. I did not like her, but Jessie is playing her. I am going to be a damn strong Alina Starkov fan. I am all up for that. She's gorgeous. She can summon me any single time, any day of the week that she wants. I'm just willing. I'm going to be the sun, bowing at the majesty that is her power and her beauty and her magnificence. Of course, now that I've seen Jessie, because if you read the book, you know exactly how Alina kept thinking, oh, I'm so plain, oh, I'm not attractive, oh, I'm not this. And I'm like, how the fuck are you going to make Jessie look anything but hot as fuck? I mean, look at her. She's gorgeous, she's stunning, she's breathtaking. I don't even care even if she's starving and covered in rags and dirt is smudged all over her face. That girl would still be drop dead gorgeous. But it is fitting, because we all know the YA trope of, oh my god, I'm not as pretty as other girls. And then the love interest is like, you're the queen to me. I shall not look at anybody else but you. And now you can totally believe it, because I repeat, who would look at anybody when Jesse's in the room. It just shows that Mal is even stupid for not noticing how gorgeous she is, because I mean, have you seen Jesse? Speaking of Mal or Malyen or Oretsev, Archie playing Mal, I'm like, it's cute. I see y'all. I see all those thirsty. I see y'all all thirsty on Twitter being like, oh my god, it's cute. Now I stand Mal. No, I'm still not gonna stand Mal. In this house, we do not stand Mal. I don't care how hot he is. We do not stand Mal. It's cute. It's just going to make me resenting his cute face even more of a profound thing. And like, I appreciate that. But Archie's cute. Like, not gonna lie, it's cute. I'm still not a Mal stan. Never would be. Sorry. Not sorry. Then let's move on to the casting that made everybody go all aflutter on Twitter, and that is Ben Barnes as the Darkling, or rather, I think they called him General Killigan, because you know Alexander, aka the Darkling, has had quite a lot of names throughout his many years. So I'm still like, but when we first saw him in the book, it was not General Killigan, it was just the Darkling. But I can forgive that. I guess for me, it's the case of, I love the casting of Ben Barnes. I think it can do attractive but menacing but really creepy very well. I love this portrayal of Billy Brusso, aka the Butte, in The Punisher. Like, he did that all attractive but sometimes smarmy, but also very charming and very charismatic, with his whole air of I'm your best friend, even as he stabs you in the back thing that he did, you know, with Frank. And I appreciate that, because seeing him go from Billy Russo, and I'm like, but wait, hold on. The minute I saw him, I was like, that's Billy Russo, that's the Butte, that's Jigsaw. And seeing him go through that transformation in the show, both season 1 and season 2, by the way, if you love the Punisher comics, you should totally and completely check out the Netflix TV show. Really good. Really good. But anyway, as I was saying, his acting in The Punisher was fantastic, amazing, and I can totally see him bringing some of these qualities to the Darkling in Shadow and Bone. The only problem I have with Ben Barnes is while I was joining everyone on Twitter, like celebrating and all of that, like a lot of people were like, oh my god, Ben Barnes, Prince Caspian, and I'm like, yes, Ben Barnes, Prince Caspian, but also Ben Barnes, fucking Punisher. Like, I was jumping with glee. Someone did point out the fact that he starred in brownface in a movie, I think something about a big fat wedding, something wedding, I don't know, but apparently he played the role of a Colombian character and was in brownface, and I'm like, fuck. Why can't we have it all? Like, why can't I stand my Darkling on screen, and every time I see him, I'm just going to be like, Ben Barnes, you were in brownface 6 years ago. 2013 is too close a time for you not to have known better. And he hasn't even apologized or anything. Like, I was just like, why? But anyway, it just means that I will get even intense and greater satisfaction in watching Alina kick his ass. Like, Jesse is going to stick her foot so far up his ass. To borrow a quote from the queen of my loins and of my heart, Margot, in the Magicians TV show, she's going to stick her shoes so far up his ass is going to taste next season, and the thought of that just brings me joy. So yeah, I'm going to be seeing that on screen. It's going to make it all better for me. Amita as Inej is brilliant, fantastic casting. Like, she can step on my throat and sit on my face any day. I would admit that for a while after the casting, I felt quite dissatisfied, because I'm not gonna lie, I did expect Inej to be slightly darker skinned, but I do see Inej in Amita. I do accept the fact that a lot of my portrayal, or rather the way in which I imagined Inej, was primarily driven by a lot of fan art. I would have loved her darker, but I know that Amita looks like Inej. I'm certain that she will do amazingly well. If you've seen some of the behind the scenes shots of her fighting with her knives, like, she was totally and completely giving me Inej vibes, and for that I am very happy and very grateful. Now to move on to the casting, the bits of casting, the two casting news that kind of had me very upset. That is Danielle Callaghan as Nina. You all know Nina Zenik is my heart, my babe, my soul. I love her, and part of that love for me is driven by the fact that Nina is a fat woman. She's a fat woman. She's tall, she's statuesque. She is a fat woman, and with a love for waffles, just like myself. And I guess the way in which I'd always portrayed her in my mind was actually being quite fat. And Danielle has the Hollywood appreciated hourglass figures, you know, like a small waist, big hips, big boobs, and although I know people say that she is plus size, so she can't play Nina. I guess in a way, I never just pictured Nina as being conventionally attractive, and that is something that we had been looking forward to. We have been looking forward to a woman who is breathtakingly gorgeous, who is tall and statuesque, who is very powerful, who loves to eat, and her body reflects that love. But and none of all that, oh, she has a high metabolism rate thing. Like, no, her body reflects her love for food, who is fat and who is so fucking breathtaking. Like, the boy she loves her back and loves her very, very much. And it's just, I guess I wanted her to be fat, and we got conventionally plus size attractive, and that just still kind of rubs me the wrong way. Now, I'm not saying that Danielle will not play good Nina. I'm certain that she probably will, because I have some faith in the casting directors that they would at least have chosen someone that would be good enough for that would be good in that role. I just wanted her fatter, and I'm not going to get that, and I'm not gonna lie, that's a little bit heartbreaking. And then there's Kit Young. Like, he looks like such a sweet, amazing, brilliant, fantastic boy. I know a lot of people have been acting the actors on Twitter and basically telling them, you're ugly for this role, you don't fit that role. And for me, I think that is fucking disgusting. You can express dismay at a casting news. You don't need to bring in the cast into it by acting them. Like, social media is a free platform. You don't need to make the cast feel any worse for, you know, getting this opportunity. I like, it's disgusting. Kit Young is a black boy, he's a biracial boy, and he, like, casting opportunities are not as much for people of color as they are for their white counterparts, especially if they are black boys. And this does look like a very major win for his career, and I'm so sad that it's being taken away from him, especially because, like, their voices are drowning out our own valid concern. And my own valid concern is the fact that Jesper Fahey, even in the description in the book, is a dark-skinned biracial boy. And that is just the thing, because he's dark-skinned, and there's such few dark-skinned teenage boys in YA that representation for other dark-skinned boys, for other dark-skinned black boys, was just heaven sent. And they've already been cosplaying him. They've already just been really in love with this character. I know that Bintov, at Positive Writer, really does love Jesper. He's always role-playing Jesper. And the fact that a show that recognizes the importance of having Alina be Afshu in order to bring diversity to the cast, to the story, a show that recognizes that importance and does not also at the same time recognize the importance of having a dark-skinned biracial boy, because not all biracial folks are light-skinned. There are dark-skinned biracial. The fact that I even have to say this in itself is very, very annoying, because I saw people tweeting like, it's biracial, of course it's light-skinned. I'm like, no, they are biracial, they are dark-skinned biracial people, for Christ's sake. What the fuck? But losing my shit, not about to lose my shit, but the fact that the show does not understand that in looking for that diversity, why would they lose the one that is already present? Why would they even lose the part with Nina that is already present? Like, it's almost like you lose some, you win some. And I know that's the problem with Hollywood, but it does not mean that we should not at the same time be upset when that happens. So I understand why that happens. Like, and it's so sad, because Kit Young should not have to feel bad for this opportunity, because there are such few roles for black biracial actors in Hollywood, but there are even fewer roles for dark-skinned biracial folks in Hollywood. And the fact that we still have to be saying this is heartbreaking. The fact that people just say it as, can see this whole thing as, oh, people are just protesting, there's drama again. It's not drama. When it has to do with representation, when it has to do with being able to see a character you've loved and see yourself in being changed to once again fit into Hollywood standards of attractiveness and beauty and what they think sell, is just, it's just tiring. It's just tiring. Once again, I can't believe that the racism and the bigotry and the attacks on, you know, this cast is taken away from a fundamental conversation that should be had, in that how is it that a show that recognizes a need for diversity and brings that much needed diversity into a franchise, how is it that a show that can do that not recognize the need to maintain the diversity that they already have? Like, why? And I'm not saying this in that, oh, Kit Young is not diverse enough. Like, he's a biracial black boy and I'm so happy he gets the chance, you know, to be on screen, but he's just, it's just so sad. It's just sad that we can't have it all, apparently, in 2019. And I know I'm not the one that should be having this conversation because I am not biracial, but also, apparently, people are saying racist shit about Sujaya Daskopta, who is playing Zoya. Yes, the queen, Zoya Nazyalensky, and I'm just, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, and I've not read King of Scars yet, but I did find out that in King of Scars we learned that Zoya is a woman of color, and the fact that people are just ripping into her, it's just so fucking annoying. Like, she's gorgeous, she's stunning, she's going to totally and completely fit the Zoya in my head, because I repeat, she's breathtaking. Like, so many of the women in this show are just gorgeous, and that is what I wanted from this entire series, and I'm going to definitely be all over it when Netflix drops it. I think it's probably coming out, not probably, most likely will be coming out next year, so, and I can't wait. But yeah, so those are some of my thoughts about you know, the casting. Every other casting I don't really have that much to say about, because they're pretty spot on and nobody has been saying stupid shit about them. But these are the main casting that, you know, either people were saying stupid shit about and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, or I had some concerns about, and the fact that a slew of racist, bigoted, disgusting comments have been flooding as to ensure that, you know, our voices and our concerns are being drowned. And I just felt like I would make this into a video, and I have. And my plan was to have this be a 5 minutes max 10 minutes video. You all can see that I am clearly still as delusional as always, and for that I apologize, because goddamn, this video turned out to be way longer than I expected. But yeah, that would be all. If you like this video, please do not forget to give it a big thumbs up. Check out my other videos, subscribe if you want to. I make new videos every Sundays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and I'll see you soon. Until then, stay passionate, love books, love yourself. Bye.
My strange addiction, my doctors can't explain my symptoms.